Captain John Raguso at the New York Boat Show, and I'm with the legend, Al Steiger.
John's the legend.
What we have here is the 28 DV Miami. It's got a huge cockpit. It's got the patented Steiger sinker trays under the gunnels. It's got perfect combing height for leaning in and trying to grab a fish. It's got water that rolls out the side before it gets into the cockpit sole, so that's great too. It's got a huge fish box in the floor, but it's got a new and improved super large live well in the transom. Let's take a look at that. This is what, 50 gallons, I think, right?
50 gallons in there, yeah.
Wow. And this is way bigger than the older one used to be. It goes all the way under there, all the way under there. And as you said, it does a better job of keeping the water inside of the container and not splashing out on the deck. And you know what? If you're not into live wells, it makes a very convenient fish box.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and I'm saying, okay, I could fit 4 or 5 yellowfins in there that are all like 35, 45 pounds.
Yeah.
No doubt. And this is fully insulated as well.
Yeah.
That's great. And you have to worry about evacuating the water through a macerator pump or whatever. This drains right overboard.
Yeah, gravity takes it right out.
So that's convenient as well. We got a huge fish box.
There's a big fish box, and I can flood it with those gates. So I get water in, it's self-leveling, and I turn on that pump. So as it pumps it out, more water comes in. Yeah.
It is. And what do we have here? Looks like we have an access hatch to the bilge.
To the bilge.
Wow. I see a live well pump. I see a bilge pump. I see it looks like a in-hull transducer that's a tilted element. I see access to through-hull fittings. And I see a saltwater washdown pump as well. So it looks like you've got excellent access to a lot of the stuff that you have to maintain every once in a while and check fittings. And let's see what else we have here. So what we have here too is access to the bolts of the engines, and we also have access, a better access to the bilge machinery, and we also have foam that you can see. So this is an insulated live well, and as you can see, the batteries are raised above the deck line, so they're not going to get wet. Batteries in the bilge are a big no-no, so this is a great feature on the Steiger, where it's getting the batteries, up in the air and above the deck water.
And they're close to the motors, which makes it better.
Right, so you have shorter runs on the wiring.
Yep.
So you won't lose any voltage on the wiring, running it from point A to point B. Now that we've seen some of the nuances in the aft cockpit, let's take a closer look at what's new at the helm.
Okay, so here's the new dashboard. What we did was we lowered it down a little bit, made it a little bit wider so you have more space up here for things. And we took, this used to be on a greater angle. We straightened it out so it's easy to see. And you can see it from the back. So if you have a fish finder on here, you can see it when you're in the back there.
These are twin 12s?
Twin 12s, yeah.
Okay. What I like about this dashboard, obviously the angle is perfect for me, standing up. A lot of times you'll have these screens set at different angles. Sometimes they're not compatible with your polarized sunglasses, where if you tilt your head or it's at the wrong angle, you have a black screen. But this is perfect for me at my height, so I like it. And what's cool here too is that you can drive the boat leaning into it like you probably would normally, and you could bring this down and sit down on it as well. And it does have a footrest.
Footrest, yeah.
That's down here. So you can be comfy, sit back, and drive with your left foot.
Well, normally we have autopilot and a UP50 here,
right.
So you can control everything. And these seats, see how this pad is up, so you don't feel like you're sliding off of it.
Right.
So
it does lock you back in a little bit, which is great too. Compass is perfectly centered on the helm, and it's my favorite compass. It's the Ritchie SS 1000 series, which doesn't spin around when you're banging in waves, which is great. Also, too, these are
Blue Seas.
the same panels I use on all of my boats that I own. Blue Seas panels. They're bulletproof. They're waterproof. They always work. They have a great purchase. You can stick your finger in there, but they have a raised lip so that you can't accidentally turn something on or turn something off. So he's got 2 sets of 8 over here, a set of 4 over here, and of course the Bennett trim tabs with indicators, which is great, so that you know exactly where your trim angles are set, which is always a good thing to know when you're out there trying to figure the best ride for the boat based on sea conditions. If I had to pick a boat I'd like to go in the canyon with, this would certainly get one of my votes, that's for sure.